Hello, my name is Sherry, and I will be walking you through our project. For this hackathon, we created an ESG score webpage, and I worked on the backend API and programming the machine learning models. We were inspired to create this project as currently, the sustainability reports provided by the S&P 500 are leveraged by analysts to understand their company's performance. However, the information provided is often very lengthy, and the usage of greenwashing can discourage the general public from making informed decisions. Pre-existing ESG scores are often subjective and outdated, as research analysts manually go through sources before deciding on ratings, which is a problem as the reports are not in real time and needed to be updated frequently. So we present a novel solution to this challenge with a data-driven ESG score, which is based on historical performance of the company and is updated depending on the current events. We are currently able to gather 500 news articles about the DOW 30 companies, which were generated with the help of Intrenio API. Using NLP to process the articles, the scores are calculated after applying Vader sentiment analysis. We also provided a more user-driven and interactive model by allowing the user to input any company's ESG report and producing scores as well as an illustration from it. This was done through tokenization of the text, then matching it with a financial word dictionary to produce ratings. By creating the opportunity for individuals to learn more about ESG in finance, we aim to also promote ethical investing. Here's a demo of the models in action.
Hi everyone, my name is Ngọc Anh from Team 1. I led the front-end development for our team's project and also implemented API endpoints for sending data and getting responses from our machine learning models using Flask on the back end. So I'll be giving you guys a demo of our application. So our project is called ESG Scorer. Since Sherry has described the core behind our web app, I'll focus on how we interact with the app and what kind of responses it gives. So you can see here that we have two switches between the two functionalities based on our two models, which can be toggled right here pretty easily. The first one is to get the ESG scores of a DOW 30 company and optionally compare it to another company. So now I'll choose an example. Let's say Walt Disney. So hit get ESG data, and we can see here that we get back the data about the ESG scores as well the visualizations. So we can see here that Walt Disney seems to be very strong in environmental responsibility. In terms of comparing companies, I can also do a comparison between Nike and, let's say, Coca-Cola. Query again, and then now we can see that the results are more interesting. We can see that Nike has a balance between the three categories, while Coca-Cola has an edge in social responsibility. So the comparison is pretty clear-cut, and it allows us to make our own conclusions based on what we observe and what we know about these companies. Next up, we have the second functionality, which is allowing users to enter any text snippet, even though ESG-related ones are preferred because that's the intended purpose. And then the app would return the ESG scores and display a word cloud based on occurrences of ESG-related words. So first I'll try putting some unrelated things in here, like I ate chicken or something. So it will not give you any results. But if you give it a ESG-related snippet, this one is a snippet of the ESG report from Lazard, a financial advisory and asset management firm. So it will give you a better result here. So so very quickly we see that we get the ESG scores in a word cloud. And just to examine it a little bit, we can see that the company is strong in governance and social responsibility, while also featuring some environmental responsibility related keywords. And looking at the word cloud here, we can see that There are environment keywords like environmental or environmental impact and renewable or sustainability. But also, we expect that due to the nature of the company, we would see words like company or investment, charter, or income, things like that. So that wraps up our two functionalities. Now I want to talk a little bit more about the other features that we have. The first one is documentation. So here it is a page that documents how you would use the ESG scorer, how we built it, what the models are like, our tech stack, and also a brief discussion about the future directions of the project. I feel that this is very important for people who are interested because it gives them a better idea of how to navigate the app and also understanding our work. Next up, we also have an About Us kind of page, which just features all the people in the team and what their role was and what we worked on, and also some personal introductions. And lastly, we have an What is ESG section. Basically, what we intended to do was create a web page where we would document some knowledge and information about ESG and also providing some resources. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time, and we felt that during the time frame of the hackathon, it'd be better to dedicate time and effort to polishing the functionalities that we have. Sherry will talk to you about the future directions of the project, but very quickly, in terms of front-end development, I feel that there are things we can improve immediately, such as details like when a graph is generated, you can scroll to the bottom and show the graph, or making graphs and images responsive, and also bigger things like making the app mobile friendly and other things in terms of user experience and user interaction.
Finally, our work paves the way for future applications. The scope of this project can be expanded to obtain relevant data and information about more companies, which can be implemented through a web scraping model and by performing text extraction on the found articles. This will allow us to overcome the challenge of being limited to only having information on the DOW 30 companies. Recommendations of related ESG articles can also be added to provide users with easily accessible information and encourage exploration. And this can be done with machine learning concepts, including TF, IDF, and cosine similarity. Finally, it is also worth considering the quantifiable effects of ESG investing. For this, supervised training can be used to analyze and predict the relationship between a company's ESG score and their financial performance.